My name is Frank Schulenburg. I'm the Executive Director of Wiki Education Foundation, and it's a tremendous pleasure to celebrate 10 years of Wiki Education today. And welcome everybody again. Thank you very much for joining us today. Um, we're going to start with a couple of, we're going to start with this slide. It's our 10-year anniversary started. We kicked off the operations of the organization in February 2014. And this is our anniversary year. We started in January. We celebrated with the board of the organization. We had a couple of 10-year anniversaries of staff members, which is amazing that we celebrated throughout the year. And this is our 10-year anniversary Zoom event that concludes this year of anniversary celebrations. And I'm going to start walking you through a couple milestones of what we've done over the years and what we've achieved together. And the first milestone starts in 2014 when the organization started its operation, and it started with supporting instructors who were incorporating Wikipedia into their coursework. Teaching with Wikipedia is something, I think it's important to really highlight that. Teaching with Wikipedia is something that we didn't invent. It was instructors around the world who were doing this. And we thought about how can we support people. We started at the Wikimedia Foundation, 2014, we spun off. And it's kind of I had a lot of time to reflect on things, and when I think about the history of this organization and what excites me, it's really two things. It's like the students and the instructors who are working with us, I'm so excited about this. We started with a very small group of instructors and students, and we now have supported 6,500 classes and more than 130,000 students. And when we started in 2014, I would have never thought that we would ever get to this point. So big thank you to everybody who's a program participants. The students are getting so much out of it. They're improved their digital literacy skills, their writing skills, their communication skills, and they learn so much, and I'm tremendously happy. This is something that really contributes to me wanting to do this job. I'm incredibly thrilled that we're all working together on this, and it's just amazing. Now, in 2015, we yeah, I just wanted to share a little photo with you. This is kind of in 2014. This is how everything started. This is actually my living room in a one-bedroom small place that I lived in with my wife back then, and you can still see our kitchen over there, and it started. This is the very humble beginnings of Wiki Education Foundation. And now, in the beginning, we were thinking, how can we scale this? How can we support you better? And that's when we decided to build our dashboard platform. We got the funding for this. It's a software platform that everybody knows, and you've been interacting with your students on that platform. We have an opportunity to provide trainings to support you whenever a problem comes up. And this platform has really made a huge difference for Wiki Education right from the beginning, because that helped us to scale. And now, in 2016, we did something that is still working, it's still going on. We think it's the largest science communication campaign ever undertaken. And to this day, university instructors teach communicating science through Wikipedia. The students learn how to communicate about STEM topics. But a large aspect of this initiative has always been that we're highlighting historically underrepresented groups in STEM through this programmatic activity. And so we've been working with people from HBCUs, HSIs, and we're still doing this, and we focused on those um, underrepresented groups in STEM, and we think that everybody should have a role model that they can look up to. So there's a lot of biographies that have been written over the years, and that's a big part of this initiative. Now, in 2018, we started a second program, which is much smaller than the student program, right? The student program is our largest initiative. But in 2018, we thought about like, how can we encourage subject matter experts to start sharing their knowledge through Wikipedia? And at the same time, this is also the first earned income program in the Wikimedia world, and we're very happy about the fact that we were able to pull that off. Now, in the same year, our student program hit a large milestone, and that was having added as many words as the final print issue of the Encyclopedia Britannica. And I have to admit, this was 2018, we're in 2014, 24, and you might be thinking, so what happened in between? And I'm happy to report that it's now twice the equivalent of Encyclopedia Britannica. And I have Encyclopedia Britannica here at the office. For those of you, there might be a couple students on here that don't really remember the days of printed encyclopedias. This is what it looks like. This is printed on paper, and it's really cool. Take a look at it when you're at your library, at the university library. Take a look at it. I think the people who wrote this did a fantastic job. I admire that, and so we're standing on the shoulders of giants here, and I'm tremendously happy to report that we all together we added the equivalent of twice that what you just see on the screen. And then 2020, who would not remember the beginning of the pandemic? And we thought about like, what is our role as an organization that can target certain subject areas? And we made a targeted effort and brought in subject matter experts to help people understand what is going on with the pandemic, what is going on with COVID. Many people looked for information on the internet, and what is a better place to get access to accurate and trustworthy information on the web than Wikipedia. And so I'm tremendously happy about what we pulled off in 2020. And we saw it from how many people accessed that information. We saw how much of an impact this had. And I think it was the first time there was a targeted effort during a national emergency to deliver information that is critical to the general public. So thank you for everybody who's been involved in that. And then 2024, we were about to release a new tool to visualize the impact of Wikipedia content campaigns. You know, content campaigns is an important thing of what we're doing here. You know, we're also into measuring things. We're really into evaluation and numbers here at Wiki Education Foundation. And so there is a second tool, and we have the dashboard, and now we have a tool that's the impact visualizer that is going to be released very soon, later this month. And so this is a quick look back at what we did in terms of what kind of milestones we hit, what we did in terms of larger initiatives. There is more to be shared, but I don't want to talk too much, and so we're going to move on now. With greetings, and we have three people who are going to offer some words. The first one is our board chair, our current board chair, who just started a new job this week. So we're gonna play a video that he recorded, and Colleen, please go ahead and play that video.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us to celebrate Wiki Education Foundation's 10-year anniversary. My name is PJ Tabit. For the last 8 years, I have had the privilege of serving as the chair of the board of directors and was among the original group of passionate Wikipedians and educators who founded Wiki Education. Wiki Education was founded with the belief that by integrating a Wikipedia assignment into college classes, we could both improve Wikipedia and support student learning. After 10 years, I think we can say with confidence that our belief was correct. Since this program began with the Wikimedia Foundation, over 132,000 students have added more than 110 million words to Wikipedia. In addition, about 20% of new active Wikipedia editors come through Wiki Education programs. Importantly, our focus on filling Wikipedia's gaps has led us to recruit underrepresented editors and target underdeveloped topic areas. I am extremely proud of what we've accomplished in the last 10 years and equally excited for what more Wiki Education will accomplish in the next 10. As you probably know, this is a critical moment for Wikipedia, for our educational institutions, and for our public discourse. Addressing the challenges we face requires that the public have access to trustworthy information and that they can discern facts from fiction. Our programs support those needs. Through the millions of words our program participants add to Wikipedia and the media literacy and research skills they develop in the process, we are helping prepare the public to navigate an increasingly complicated information landscape. Your participation and support are what make this possible. So thank you again for joining us today and for all you do for Wiki Education. It is now my pleasure to welcome Dr. Diana Strassmann, another member of our founding board, our first board chair, and a longtime instructor in Wiki Education programs. Thank you.
And so it's a tremendous pleasure to have you here, Diana. Diana Strassmann. Without you, this organization would potentially not exist. So this is just like also an acknowledgement of all you've done for the organization, not only as a board chair, but also as a participant in our program. And I'm tremendously happy that you're here today. Thank you for coming, and I hand it over to you to share some thoughts.
Thank you very much. Somehow I see I have my hand up, which I guess I don't need. Well, first, I want to say that I am most honored to be here participating in the 10th year anniversary of WikiEd. I'd like to say a few words about how the organization began, and that is that the Wikimedia Foundation at the time really thought that this was not a core priority given their strategic plan at the time. And a working group was set up, which I was honored to be included on, to brainstorm how this new organization might be spun off. And those conversations began in 2012. And we did a lot of wheel spinning. It was, there was a lot of talking, a lot of Post-it notes, a lot of trying to figure out how, with almost no money, we could hire an executive director who would be able to lead us forward. And I have to say that I think my biggest accomplishment as the founding board chair was to persuade Frank Schulenburg to actually leave the Wikimedia Foundation and become the new executive director, CEO of Wiki Education, because really, truly, his leadership has made all the difference. And I know this for sure because prior to that, we were not going ahead very far. And I am pleased to say that I was able to persuade him to come on board, even though we didn't have the money to pay him, but with the expectation that he had the know-how to figure out how to get that funding that we needed. So that was the beginning. And I also, though, want to say that with Frank's leadership, uh, WikiEd has had some incredible staff members who have, done things like create the dashboard, figure out how we could work together to move forward on the agenda to bring students together. And I know from personal experience how important the WikiEd supportive faculty is, because I actually taught courses using Wikipedia prior to WikiEd. And I have to say that I got some of my worst teaching evaluations when I had no clue how to teach with Wikipedia and did not have that support. And so, needless to say, subsequent to that, with the support of WikiEd, I had students say it was the most impactful assignment at Rice University during their entire 4 years. So it has really been a great testament to what WikiEd has been able to do. And finally, there has been Frank and PJ have talked about the content, the extent of content that has been added. But I want to say something also about what students have learned from working on Wikipedia. And that is so important. For one thing, they have learned that just simply seeing something in print doesn't mean that it's true. And in this day and age now, especially when people, it seems, can believe almost anything, that to teach students how knowledge is constructed and what goes into it is really powerful. And the link with Wikipedia, which all students know, is very persuasive. Probably the biggest challenge is to make sure students don't leave and drop courses because they might have to learn how to navigate Wikipedia. But the modules and the help that WikiEd has provided makes it much easier. And the information that students gain is, I just cannot speak to how important that is. And I know that the instructors here in the audience will echo this in talking. But I also want to say that students themselves believe that they are accomplishing something important when they contribute to Wikipedia. I got an email from a student maybe 5 years after she graduated, and she had been going through a rough time, and she was actually very depressed. And she said that she wrote me that she managed to pull herself out of this depression by remembering that she had done something incredibly important and amazing, which was that she had written an article for Wikipedia on a topic that had not been covered on fistulas, and that she knew that that was a real contribution she had been able to make that made her feel important and powerful, and that she could offer something to the world. And so I think we need, in thinking about the role of Wiki Education, it's more than filling content gaps. It's giving students and those who are supported by the program a sense of the agency they can have in the world to change it. So again, I want to say kudos to all of you on the staff of WikiEd, and I also just want to acknowledge Maryana is a former Rice person that I'm very proud of the role that Rice University has played in terms of providing a lot of content to Wikipedia, and I hope it will continue now that I'm retired, but we'll see. Anyway, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Diana. And I want to echo what you just said. The feedback that we're getting through the instructors from how what their students took away, how much they learned, how meaningful it was. I mean, we had students who said, "I sent the link to my Wikipedia article to my grandma," right? Like, how many students would share their term paper with their grandma, right? Like, it's such a meaningful thing. And I know from stories that instructors share with us how excited students are when they see, oh, my article, there's someone who reads my article. My article gets hits and there are page views, and I have contributed something that helps other people to understand the world better. That's such a meaningful experience, and I encourage all the instructors who are on the call or who watch this later on YouTube, please share this with us when you have these experiences and students talk about what their takeaway was. Please share these things with us. This is something that motivates all of us on staff every day to do this work. So with that being said, it's a tremendous pleasure to have Maryana Iskander, the current CEO of the Wikimedia Foundation here on this call, and I'm going to hand it over to her to share a couple of thoughts.
Thank you so much, Frank. It is a real joy and privilege to be with old friends and new. As Diana said, we knew each other before I joined the Wikimedia Foundation. And I remember that before I even had a Wikimedia address, email address, Diana had emailed me to tell me about the work of Wiki Edu and put me in touch with Frank. And Frank, I just really want to say a personal thank you to you for not only the work that you do here, but elsewhere in the support that you give our mission and our movement. I was reflecting on the stories PJ and Diana talked about. It takes enormous resilience to keep an organization going and alive for 10 years under any set of circumstances. And there's a lot here for those of you who have been at this for a while to feel really proud of. So I just want to say congratulations. We've heard about many milestones of the program, and I was thinking about a few that, for me personally, are really important and meaningful. This idea of closing knowledge gaps and really being committed to the missing information in the world is something that I heard about from educators and even from the stories of some of the students at Rice that I met. And I think that this is one of the most tangible ways that we make knowledge equity be true in our world. And so again, just really to say thank you to those of you who are carrying on that really important work. I saw a comment in the chat about learning about Wikidata. And, one of the superpowers, I think, of the Wikimedia movement is our multilingualism. And so the work that you've been doing to make all these multilingual contributions to Wikidata is really impressive. I know there's been work adding medical information onto Wikipedia. I have met probably at this point tens of thousands of people, and some of our donors find the medical information that they find on Wikipedia life-changing and life-saving. And so the contribution that you've made to that has been really incredible. It's one thing to run programs and have impact measures. It's quite another thing to contribute to narrative change and perception change at a societal level. And when I think about how Wikipedia is understood and received by educators, by institutions of higher learning, it's a huge change. And I think that all of you here really should take pride in that. That's doing something that is beyond kind of the mandate or remit of an organization to really change perception and change the narrative at a societal level about how critical it is that we keep knowledge free and available to all. And at the time we're in now, I think really, Diana, building off your comments, when we most need accurate information online, we most need people to be able to trust what they see. There is much work ahead. And so I know we're here to celebrate, but also to think ahead about what the future holds and what it takes to keep this mission going, and not just remaining steadfast, but expanding and growing. So I just, again, want to say thank you for letting me be part of this. And it has been really delightful to watch all the progress that you've made. And we're all here to support and cheer on the next chapter. So congratulations again.
Thank you so much, Mariana. And um, we're now getting to the point that you and Diana and PJ as well already mentioned, thanking the people who've been involved in this. And Colleen, if you could bring the screen sharing back. Oh, we have one quick other thing. So before we talk about all the people who've helped us with our mission, um, I want to talk really quickly and highlight the lives of three people that have died over the last 10 years. And that is Adrienne Wadowitz. She was a founding board member of Wiki Education. She died in a tragic accident. I still remember the first time that I interacted with her as an ED. She was one of the first people that I called and asked for what would you wish for this new organization. I'm tremendously happy for her contribution to Wiki Education. Jim Council, a psychology professor from North Dakota State University. We're tremendously thankful for his contribution and his students' contributions. Uh, and then also Effie Capsalis from Smithsonian Institute, who was a Wikipedia advocate, and all three of them, Adrian, Jim, and Effie, have helped us advance our mission in a tremendous way. And I invite you to a short moment of silence to remember those three. Thank you. We're now getting to thanking everybody for their contributions. And I want to start with thanking our current board members. And they're the ones that current and former board members are the ones who are providing governance to the organization. They're having a tremendous impact by setting the strategy of the organization. And last but not least, they're thought partners for me in my role as an ED. So thank you to the current board, and also thank you to the former board members who've done a tremendous job, who've spent hours and hours of their free time in helping this organization get to the point where it is today. And then next, I want to thank the current and the past staff. You are the ones, right? It's just to remember, like, these were all nice words about me and my role, but this is really the staff that is doing the work, right? And I'm just helping them. So these are the people who have done all these amazing things, supporting instructors, thinking about like how can we accomplish our mission, doing the hard work. And I also want to, this is not just about you, it's also about your family and friends. Sometimes we have some tough times where we have to have everybody on board and we're working long hours, but like thank you to you, your friends, and your families for all that you've been doing for Wiki Education. These are the people who are running everything here. Current staff and then also former staff members, a long list here. Contractors, interns, and fellows. And then the next group I want to thank is the technical contributors. You know, I mentioned the dashboard and our new tool. We would not be able to pull this technical infrastructure off without the people who have worked as contractors, who've come into our organization as interns. In particular, the interns have done such a fantastic job in maintaining our tools, creating new features, outreachy interns, Google Summer of Code. Thank you very, very much, all those people who've helped with our technical infrastructure. And then, last but not least, our funders. Everybody, you know, most of our funds come through institutional funders, some of who are listed here. But I also want to thank the individual donors. Like there's there's not a single day where there are not online donations or there's a check that comes here to our office in Chico. And I want to thank all those individual donors as well. Um, and everybody together is making a huge impact. Without the funders, we could not do our work. And so we're tremendously happy that you're supporting us in our mission. And that has carried us over the last 10 years. Thank you very much. And with that being said, I'm going to hand it over to Leanna Davis, Deputy Director and Chief Programs Officer of Wiki Education Foundation, to honor our 10-year superstars. Leanna.
Thanks, Frank. And I would like to start by just echoing everything that everyone has already said. The work that we're presenting here is incredible, and the impact that our organization has made in the last 10 years is wonderful, but we couldn't do this without the program participants. And so I want to start with the student program. The student program is where we work to support college and university faculty who want to assign their students to edit Wikipedia as part of the coursework. And I think PJ and Frank both mentioned some of the kind of big numbers of classes and students that have gone through that. But underpinning those big numbers are 2,661 individual university instructors at 983 different academic institutions in the United States and Canada, which is an incredible number of people who have joined our program. And I wish I could thank all 2,661 of them, because each of them has made an impact to our program. But all of those numbers, or all of those names, would not fit on a slide. And so I had to lower this to fix something else. And so what I decided to do specifically was to honor the group of instructors who taught with Wikipedia in the first year of Wiki Education's existence. Who are still involved in our organization in some capacity today. And so there's a list of these names up here on the slide. I'm not going to read them each off, but I want to say a special thank you to each of these people who have been with us for 10 years, and 10 years of contributions in engaging students with Wikipedia is a truly incredible milestone, and I appreciate each and every one of you, and I know my program's team does as well. So thank you to those of you on the slide. Our Scholars and Scientists program, Frank mentioned, is where we run courses to bring subject matter experts to Wikipedia. It started in 2018, so we don't have as many top contributors from that program, since they haven't been around for 10 years. But I still would like to honor and recognize our most active participants. We run courses in both Wikipedia and Wikidata, and these are the usernames of the participants from our Wikipedia courses and our Wikidata courses who have been the most active in adding incredible content to Wikipedia. And so I'd like to say a big thank you to them. They are, of course, a handful. We have run a total we have worked with 2,346 people in this program to date. And so there's a lot more who have made wonderful contributions, but I want to specifically honor these as the ones who have made the largest contributions. And with that, I would like to then move to the interactive part of our exercise. And so we are going to use a tool called AHA Slides. And so this is an opportunity for each of you to either get out your phones, and you can scan the QR code that is on the screen here, or Colleen will put in the chat to everyone this URL that you can go to as well. You can do it from your computer or from your phone, and we will have a series of questions that we would like you to type in the answers to. Perfect. So we've got a word cloud going here. It looks like San Francisco is a nice big city. I'm also joining us from San Francisco, so that's wonderful. It looks like we've got a handful of cities all over the United States, a handful of people joining us internationally, which is wonderful. A special shout out to the person joining from India, where it is very late at night. I deeply appreciate your engagement there. Okay, I think this is working now, so we're going to move on to the next question. which is what year did you first engage with Wiki Education? We got participants are typing. That's always a good sign. We got 2013, 2014, 2017, 2024, 2023. Okay. Look at all of these years. We got some early birds who joined us before we were formally Wiki Education. We've got some more recent people. What I love about this is it's a good group, a good mix of years, showing that there's lots of people who have engaged with us at different points over the year. It looks like we've got some additional answers coming in. Okay, I think we'll wrap this one up. I think the technology is working, so let's move on to the next slide. So what was your first program or project with us? So this can be, teaching with Wikipedia, those of you who are a tech contributor or participating in a Scholars and Scientists class. Share information about how you engaged with us. What class did you teach with Wikipedia in? Those kinds of things. Okay, we've got teaching with Wikipedia, teaching CIS with Wikipedia, the Broadcom project, Wiki Education staff, a Wiki data course, teaching genetics, Hebrew Bible class, plant biology, writing a biography as a student, teaching biophysics, teaching conservation biology, a Wiki Scientist project. Okay, we need to scroll down. Google Summer of Code, we got a tech contributor, wonderful. The Wiki Scholars COVID-19 course, Wikidata, teaching writing with Wikipedia, took a class for political scientists, contribute content before the election. That was our Wiki Scholars courses, applied plant ecology, ethnographic film, student projects. This is incredible. I think this just shows what a wide range of ways that people engage with our program or all of our programs, and the wide cross section of the kinds of disciplines that engage with us on both programs, and then things like guest instructors and technical contributors too, who are an important part of our project. Okay. Looks like we've got a second page there, Colleen, if you want to click over to the second page and we can see a few more. Revising an article on art history, biography of STEM notable people, virology, copyright, commerce and culture, Wiki Ed STEM unsung pioneers, anthropological theory, translation, teaching writing and evaluation of information, and outreach internship. That's another one of the technical internship. The assignment design wizard, the precursor to the dashboard, and teaching writing. Okay. This is all wonderful things. Elections and voting Wikipedia course. Yeah. Another one of our Wiki Scholars courses. Okay, let's move on to the next one. What is one word that you would use to describe your experience with Wiki Education? And you can put multiple answers in for this one, just put one at a time. So fulfilling, transformative, curious, important, impactful, inspiring, student investment, groundbreaking, eye-opening, curious, supported. I cannot read these. They are moving too fast, but they are wonderful. Transformative continues to be a large one, which always makes me feel wonderful. Looks like we're seeing fulfilling, engaging, challenging, they are all moving too fast. Impactful, amazing, transformative looks like our anchor one here. Active, enlightening, demanding, curious. Add more. You're welcome to keep adding them in. Looks like important, impactful, meaningful, inspiring are coming as larger ones here. As more and more people add the same word in, it'll get larger. So okay. Participants are still typing here, so I'm going to leave it up for a couple minutes. These words make me feel very happy, and I'm sure the rest of the Wiki Education staff would join me in agreeing with that as well. Okay. I'll give it another minute here. Okay, it's stopped with people are typing, so that looks great. Let's move on to the next one. Any moments that stand out. So this could be something that was funny, something sincere, an article a student worked on, an article you worked on, a moment that you were particularly proud of in how you've engaged with our programs over the last 10 years. Public recognition of my students' contributions, the light bulb moments from students. I love that sort of aha moment. I think a lot of the folks on the call can relate to that. My only troll, Obama is a fish. Sandstorms, if you know, you know. There's nothing so sad as an unanswered question. A great quote from Will Kent, one of our staff members. Classmates who did a great job writing about COVID and the Navajo Nation. Students feeling proud of their work. Students so proud. A previous student ran up to me to share how they were still editing post-class. The terror on the students' faces when they are challenged to make real impacts. For some students, it's the only part of the class they completed, and happily contribution and satisfaction of students interacting with other editors, pictures and diagrams that are worth 1,000 words, a course that they partook on in climate finance, students put it on their CV, seeing my text in my articles on Wikipedia. Brianda's one of our staff members engaging with our class really motivated them to realize why the project matters. Student dismay when their work was disappeared by possessive editors, learning about the reliable perennial sources list, something that wasn't there before, contributions deployed to production. There's a tech contributor, frustration of content change, realizing how ideological editors can be. Absolutely. York University gave senior writing prize for a Wikipedia article. It was the first time for a Wikipedia article at York, faculty with 25,000 students. Students realizing that this happens a lot, that their high school teachers were wrong about using Wikipedia. Understanding that being reverted is just part of the process. Student connecting with a scientist overseas whose work she was writing about. Students talking about how much they learned, learning about copyright. These are all incredible. Okay. When the veteran Wikipedia editors try to recruit students to keep editing, that's always an incredible moment. Finding unexpected connections and overlap between class members and the collaboration that occurred. Cheered by colleagues for editing the Trump article, my participation in the Train the Trainers program, meeting a Nobel laureate in a Wiki Scholars course, that was pretty fun. Publishing Wiki Ed research with Wiki Education colleagues. I still see the participants are typing here, so I'll give it another minute. The teacher excitement. Understanding the importance of reliable sources and just how much effort goes into publishing a Wikipedia article. That's a common one we hear. Shared pride in authorship. Presenting at Wiki Conference North America. Very excited to learn about visualizing and impact and can't wait for the full rollout. Me too. The AHA Slides rehearsal, that was from a staff member. Running into past students at conferences, that's always fun. Presenting at Wiki Conference North America was great for me too. That's wonderful. For those of you who haven't had the opportunity, Wiki Conference North America is a annual conference of the Wikipedia editing community in North America. And is usually held in the fall each year. Okay, we've got a few more participants are typing here. I'll give another couple minutes for people to share moments that stand out, and then I will move on to the next one. Getting to meet the GlamWiki community as being in STEM. That's always a good one. Okay, let's move on. Yes, Wiki Conference North America is coming to New York in October. Thank you, Richard. That's we encourage everyone to show up and hanging out with instructors at office hours. Okay, what are you most proud of from your time with us? So this could be a particular article that you or a student worked on, a particular student learning moment, a project that you did, code contribution you made for our technical interns, whatever you are most proud of. If you have something you would like to share with us, we would love to hear that. I can see the participants are typing. So. Oh. Students' various contributions to Wikipedia. Helping students develop information literacy and feeling more confident online, facilitating the process, especially when students share the sense of empowerment they gained from this project, students working on creating a page in a new language, changing the Comstock Act page and then seeing the topic be more in the news and presumably the page views that spiked on the article after that as well. Challenging myself to try something completely new 20 years into my teaching career, the engagement students showed, persevering through several difficult semesters in order to expose more students to the project. Students sense this is the biggest thing they've done in their professional lives so far, working with so many talented scholars and scientists, creating an article, making big improvements to a section of an important article, hooking my colleagues on using the assignment. Please do more of that. We're always looking to grow. Seeing students' increased understanding about the epistemology of knowledge, watching my students get other students involved via an editathon and really take pride in their pages and sharing information on the women artists we were working on, revision of an article on Michelle Slotz becoming an expert in Austrian resin extraction when I supervised its translation, learning to code, working with HBCUs, lifting awareness in STEM, seeing how more people viewed a Wikipedia page that I added content and published articles that I was an author. We hear that a lot too. Continually pushing against the narrative that Wikipedia information is not reliable. Students got so much better at academic skills when they didn't believe they could do this. Being invited by the Washington Post to write an op-ed in 2018 about why Nobel laureate Donna Strickland did not have a Wikipedia page. Seeing students contribute to something bigger than the class. Getting student work on the Did You Know page. Helping students use what they've learned at school to make the world a better place. Getting a thank you email from a user of the dashboard after I worked alongside them over the summer for a feature. That's so wonderful. Supporting tens of thousands of student editors over the last 10 years. I'm guessing that's one of our staff. My experience mentoring students in the Wiki in School program. Wonderful. These are all such incredible moments. I'm going to move on because I know we're a little short on time, but I know there's wonderful more additional things you could be proud of. And this is one final question of what have you learned during your engagement with Wiki Education? And so feel free to share a learning that you've had. Patience, persistence, and the passion for the project. A nice alliterative answer there. How hard students will work when they are truly engaged. That's a wonderful comment. To be bold. Possibilities are infinite. The smallest edit can have the biggest impact. Deeper understanding of the subject matter. Learn about the vastness of Wikipedia. What a big reach Wikipedia has and how important it is that there is real diversity in editors and writers. Absolutely. Look at the talk page before reading an article to understand the behind the scenes fights and ideological issues. Absolutely. There's so much more to Wikipedia than what you think if you only read articles. How to contribute to Wikipedia and broader knowledge. Please keep contributing. Helping students develop 21st century skills of research, collaboration, and digitalization. The potential students have once they are engaged. Absolutely. Tap the organic power of Wiki to expand knowledge about unsung heroes. Learning about Wikipedia is a fundamental strategy for navigating information online and offline. Final troll for the day, Obama's last name. Good pages take lots of contributions. If there are good and bad editors, the bad editors usually have higher rankings. I don't know that I would necessarily agree with that, but everyone is human. It's not as easy as I thought to find articles like in need of copy editing within one's domain expertise or interest area. Looks like we have a couple more. I'll let a couple of answers come in here. Myself and colleagues at York University in Toronto who started teaching with Wikipedia editing in 2014 are not alone. I love the training modules and I often do them again each year. That's wonderful. I encourage you to go back and take our training modules as many times as you need to. All right, we can do a couple more here and then we are at time and I want to wrap us up. So I'll take one or two more and then feel free to keep typing and we'll leave this up, but I'm going to move into the closing here in a moment. See, lots of participants are typing. The good editors usually have higher ranking. Okay, there we go. That one I agree with. Okay. Absolutely. Okay, well, I'm going to leave this up here and you can continue typing in things that you've learned, but I want to wrap this up by saying thank you to everyone who joined us today in sharing with us this 10-year anniversary. And I really appreciate all of the time and energy that all of you have put in for this. This was a sort of special edition of our Wiki Education speaker series, but we do a Zoom-based webinar like this most months. Where we bring in a group of speakers and program participants to talk about a particular topic, and actually very relevant to Maryana's comments earlier about medicine. Our January one is themed around medicine in particular. It is the experts behind the edits, expanding public understanding of healthcare. So we'll be talking about the work that we've done in both programs to improve Wikipedia's healthcare coverage. And that is on January 27th. And so if you're interested, I encourage you to sign up for that or take a look at that speaker series page that Colleen posted a link to in the chat. It's wikiedu.org/speaker-series, and you'll be able to register for that. And thank you to everyone. I appreciate your time and effort, and thanks for participating in the participatory section. These are only as good as the answers that we get, and I really appreciate all of your time and effort.
And this concludes it. Thank you, everyone, for coming today. Thank you to our speakers, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you.